have you guys ever paid for DoorDash and then the DoorDash shows up and they kind of just throw it at you and you're like, but you already were like, you had to tip? You see how they started making you tip before you even get service? They literally make you tip on anything in the world now before you even know what service you're gonna get. That's like a participation trophy. If it was me and I was in the business, I'd say, screw you, I'm not getting a tip until they see what I'm able to do. Because by the way, that little $10 tip, they would give me $80. Your attitude, and when you walk up to them, is gonna dictate everything that I'm about to show you. Some of you guys need to do more interesting shit. You're like boring as hell. It's like, be interesting. Be the most interesting person in the room.
Coming to get it and pushing the limits. You better pray we ain't come to play. Went on a mission, you turn on your vision. Now I can't hear what a hater say.
If I walk up and I shake your hand and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, welcome to Saddlebrook. And I'm like, bro, but if I walk up and I'm like, boom, and I look sure about my job and I look like I'm the authority and this is my house, they're going to defer and listen to what I have to say because they can feel that like I love my job and I know what I'm doing. Does that make sense? Okay, so road to the sale. Everybody give me the first step of the road to the sale. First step. Greet? Is that what you guys think it is? Greet? Okay. What's the next step?
Needs analysis.
Okay, what's the next step? Needs analysis? What's the next step? Come on, guys, we gotta know this. Come on, guys. You got the needs, and then what do you do? After you've got the needs?
Qualify. Report.
No, that's all part of that.
Close.
No, your demo. Trial close? No, that's just a basic road to the sale. You got to know those things, so if you get off, what do customers try to do? They try to get you off of your game. They're asking questions, they try to get you up here, they try to get you down here. Like, they're always all over the place, right? So it's your goal to know where you're at in the road to the sale. Every time I didn't sell a car or I didn't sell a coaching product or something, I would always go to my boss or the top salesperson. I say, hey, where do you think I went wrong? And it was always like me maybe talking past the close, or I didn't build enough rapport. Like, you got to know this. But let me explain something to you. This is not step one in the road to the sale, the greet. You guys know what step one is? Your freaking attitude, dude. Your attitude. I will not buy from somebody that's not in a good state. Write the word state down. I will not buy if you can't influence my state. If you do not have a good attitude, we will recreate the road to the sale right now. Everybody say attitude.
Attitude.
Okay, you guys have to have the best freaking attitude in the world, even if the client doesn't have a good attitude. I'm also not saying be Andy Elliott on these people where you're like fired the hell up. I'm saying, and by the way, if you ever see Andy actually sell, he's not like that. If you ever hang around Andy, how is Andy when he's normal? When he's just by himself, when he's just doing this, when it's just us. He's regular, right? But he knows how to put on a show worth paying for. Do you put on a show worth paying for your customers? Or are you kind of like, I'm kind of just, bro, I'm introverted. No, you're not. No, you're not. I know if you get around your friends and your family, you're laughing, you're having fun, you're extroverted. Right? You just got to start to become a new person. Is it going to take new habits and becoming a new person? Is it going to take changing in order to get new money? Or the person that you're at today, everybody wants to change and get more money, but they don't want to change. That's stupid. Okay, the person you're at that's running the play right now can't get the big money because you're messing something up in here. Okay? So, attitude. Okay, one of the most important things, people will forgive your skill set if you have a good attitude. So they'll forgive the shitty meet and greet if your attitude's good. Think about the last bar you went to when you met like a new person or something, but they had a great attitude. Like you wanted to tip them that much more. Or like, have you guys ever paid for DoorDash and then the DoorDash shows up and they kind of just throw it at you and you're like, but you already were like, you had to tip? You see how they started making you tip shit before you even get service? Have you guys noticed that? They literally make you tip on anything in the world now before you even know what service you're gonna get. That's because people have shitty attitudes now and they're just trying to opt people into winning even if they're losers. That's like a participation trophy. If it was me and I was in the business, I'd say, screw you, I'm not getting a tip until they see what I'm able to do. Because by the way, that little $10 tip, they would give me $80, right? Yeah. So think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. Your attitude, and when you walk up to them, is gonna dictate everything that I'm about to show you. Everything I'm about to show you, okay? But if you can't get that right before the meet and greet, you can't get it, you can't win, okay? So make sure, everybody say attitude.
Attitude.
Okay. Hey guys, it's the Macklin Twins. Let's go. You can join our free training where you're going to see thousands of 1%ers just like you in our community training on personal development, sales, mindset, and greatness. Yes. Join us. It's free. Click the link in the description. ELLIOTT Training Academy. We'll see you on the inside. Let's go, baby. Click the link. Now, with Andy, he's such an incredible sales guy because when he sits down with them, he'll mirror the client, but he's always just a little bit above them. Like he's always got a little bit better attitude, a little bit better energy. He's always a little bit more grateful for his life. He's always, you want to be closer to him because he's doing a little bit better than you, right? Everybody's like, mirror your customer. What if your customer has dog shit energy and they're having a bad day? What if they just lost somebody in their family? What if they feel like they have to be here because their wife dragged them out, but they had 2 investments on previous properties and they lost money on, and the husband doesn't believe it anymore, but the wife wants one of these things? What happens then? What happens if they're buying it as like a little side property to stick their in-laws in, and the husband hates the in-laws? You think he's gonna be fired up to be here? No, but what happens when he meets you? That's the key. They're not buying bro, I drove by 5 tiny home places on the way here. They could pick anywhere. You guys are in DeKalb, Texas. Like, why are they gonna buy from you? Attitude, 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 attitude. Being a pro, doing shit that other people don't do so you can live like they can't. Doing the work, being a professional, showing that you have heart. Like the shit that makes sense. Like some of you guys need people to want to be around you more. Like where they're like, dude, I like this guy is just on fire. How do you do that? Well, in my mind, you get on fire in your fitness with your faith, with your family, with your finances, like the F's that everybody talks about. But if you actually did those, and you actually did those things, you're more on fire. And if you're more on fire, people will want to be around you. I also think if you did a little bit more interesting shit, like run an Ironman, take up golfing, something where you can talk about shit that you do on your off time, and you like take up a new hobby every 3 or 6 months, shooting guns, doing hard shit. When you're talking to customers, you're gonna have more cool things to talk about. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Some of you guys need to do more interesting shit. You're like boring as hell. It's like, be interesting. Be the most interesting person in the room. So like, in our family, we try to take up a new hobby every 2 or 3 months. So like, I'm constantly like, dude, I'm training for this 10K. I've never ran a 10K before. I'm training, dude, we took up freaking Taekwondo. We took up Jiu-Jitsu. We're doing this. Like, do a couple of new things. By the way, when you start out at doing something new again, and you're a pro, and you have to go back to being new, it reteaches you what it was like to be a beginner again. So then when you're reteaching other people, you remember how hard it is to be new. Because sometimes you don't remember, right? It's just a skill. You're just like, bam, bam, slamming freaking deals, making 200 grand, bam, 50 grand, 80 grand. So, road to the sale. Everybody say attitude. Attitude. Say meet and greet. Greet. Meet and greet. Meet and greet. Needs analysis. Demo. Trial close. Close. Okay, so we went over the meet and greet. Here's the needs analysis. Every single one of you should do the most simple thing in the world. It's just a Ben Franklin. It's just writing down on one piece of paper all the things that they want and all the things that they don't want, and drawing them and putting them on 2 lines. It's no disrespect, but it's like taking an order. But I'm not calling you order takers. I'm just saying, literally, write it on a piece of paper and say, Mr. Customer, now that I've gotten to know you, Austin, stand right here. Austin, stand right here. Mr. Customer, now that I've gotten to know you, like, dude, you seem like an awesome guy, man. Do you mind if we come in and I sit down and ask you a couple of questions so I can better serve you?
Sure, that'd be great.
Do you see my body language? You okay if I sit down and I show you?
Absolutely.
Okay, come on, right over here. Here, sit down. Okay, Austin, I'm gonna get a little bit of information. From you. Okay, this is how, Morgan, this is how you unload all the bullets in their gun. Do you guys want them to have the bullets and have control, or do you want to unload all the bullets out of their gun so then they have no objections, they have no, like, you build up all the rapport and they can't stop you? You guys want to be unstoppable? Okay, so the needs analysis is super important. Okay, so don't overly geek out on the process that I'm going to show you, but definitely geek out on like just getting all of their needs up front. The reason why I told you guys to get this little piece of paper and put it in your back pocket is so everything that a client tells you, you can make them feel heard and make them feel understood. Those of you guys that have wives, when your wives are pissed off, do you let them speak and just let them go crazy? Or do you interrupt them and say, but, oh, this, that, and the other? You do that, you're screwed. You let them speak, right? You let them get it off your chest, right, Zeke? You don't interrupt, right? Like when she wants to talk, women especially want to just feel heard. That's it. So when somebody's talking, your goal is to get them talking about themselves, Morgan. So can you be a person that can get somebody to unload the things that are important to them? When I'm doing my needs analysis, I'm sitting with them and I have my piece of paper. Anybody ever go to input their customer in the computer to print up their numbers and you forgot their name? Travis? Trace? Who? Anybody? Morgan? Okay. How bad did that make you feel? Like shit, you knew you messed up, right?
Hey, what's your name again?
Yeah, you knew you messed up. Okay, although it's funny, it's not funny. Because you're literally lighting your money on fire when you do that, and I know some of you guys, it happens weekly. And you're taking these large commissions, and if I literally stuck this money on your table and I stacked up your commissions, and then I started lighting it on fire every time you made these mistakes, it would be really real. You know what I'm saying? I think of it like this. My old boss, when I started to make $20,000, $30,000 a month, I went through a couple of months where my production went down. And because I got away from the basics. That's why I'm teaching you guys a lot of the basics. I got away from the basics for a while, and my boss literally went to the bank and pulled out $30,000. He set it on the table, and he's like, every time you make a mistake, I'm gonna come remove $30,000. So imagine this. He says at the beginning of the month, he shows me 30 grand, and then every time and he kept the 30 grand with him, but every time I would make a mistake or a customer would leave, he would walk by and show me 1,000. That's 1,000. That's 1,000. That's 500. That's 500. By the end of the month, I was down to 12,000 because I had lost the 18,000. You know what I'm saying? So think about it like every single customer you're not closing, you're losing out on this money. Okay? On the other end of it, once you make like big money, once you're making, good money, every client actually pays you. So I usually like take my year to date and I'll divide it by the hours that I work and I'll figure out what my hourly is, and I give everybody the same respect, because for me, it's like, hey, look, I made $75 this hour. I made $100, like every prospect I make money off of. Some people are so attached to the freaking sale that they come off as desperate. I'm not attached to it. I know regardless I'm getting paid. I know the law of averages. The more prospects that I meet, the more presentations I give, the more money that I'm gonna make, right? Some people are like, oh, I need this freaking deal, bro. And it's like, that's why they don't sell shit. Because you can feel that they're thinking about their commission, their bills, their problems. Fuck, I just moved down here, bro. I got a car, I gotta move my girl down here. And then the clients can feel it, right? Okay, all right. So everybody get your piece of paper and never make that mistake again. If you make that mistake again, to me, that just means you're not intelligent. Intelligence is somebody points something out that you know is something you should do and smart, but then you don't go do it. Intelligence to me isn't reading all these books and then not doing shit. Like I've met so many smart people that have read so many freaking books in their life, and I bury them in income, in fulfillment, in all these things that I actually study and I actually go implement. Okay? So we do this. Now, real quick, this is gonna be the most powerful sales tool I ever give you guys. If you get around a client and they start taking a couple of steps back, it's because you guys have stinky ass breath, and you might need to get you one of these little suckers and just, Brad Lee told me this one time. A little squirt, and then you're good. Okay? Okay? Who's got stinky ass breath in here? Somebody want to tell somebody? Yeah, somebody knows you got dog. Okay, I'm being honest with you guys. You guys ever get around a salesperson that smells like shit and you're like, bro, I'm not doing this. Okay, now that we got the breath out of the way, and you guys are all gonna have great breath running around here, and everybody's wanting to be around you. Okay, when we're doing our needs analysis, we did a great meet and greet. Now we're getting them right here. Okay, the whole goal for this is for them to unload their gun. So you're gonna get all of the things that you need out of them, which also, you're also gonna have a couple bullets in your gun. So what I do is I try to get somebody to sit down with me, and I try to get all the information that I need out of them, and then I'm framing them based off of my anticipation on who they are, on what could come up in the future. So if I'm asking Briar a question, Briar, you got kids? You got one kid? You got a wife? Okay, does she work or you full? She's, okay. So if I'm getting all this information out of Briar and I get an idea that like his wife might need to be included in making the decision, or she has been on prior decisions or something, I'm gonna talk about that up front and get his permission that it's already okay for him to make a decision, rather than at the very end of the sale when he's gonna try to use that as an excuse. You guys get me?
Yes.
Okay, or price, or payment, or interest rate. Like if I get the idea when I'm doing my needs analysis that something might come up, well, then as I go to do my demo, I can talk about a couple of the things that I know are gonna come up, okay? If I tell a client, if I talk to a client and I'm like, hey, Briar, by the way, you know, any of these big decisions before, you and your wife probably had a conversation like before you came down here on probably what this needed to look like before you decided to come down here, right? It's an investment property. You guys have probably talked about building generational wealth for quite a while. This is your third property, right? Because I've understood this. And I'm like, so she probably doesn't like to come down here and deal with sales guys all the time. That's probably why you're down here doing it, right? Cool. Like if he agrees to these things and he's saying these things, do you think that he can use the wife objection at the very end? No? Okay, guys, it's called playing chess, not checkers. Okay, some of you guys are playing checkers and you're just playing the game back and forth. You hit it, then they hit it. You hit it, then they hit it. It's like, what's that game with like the little hockey? Yeah, it's like you're playing air hockey. I'm playing chess with them, okay? Write the word anticipate down, anticipate. You're going to have to anticipate who this customer is. You guys meet people every day for a living. But if you're not paying attention to every buyer and what their objections are or what's constantly coming up in the business, like right now, interest rates are a little bit higher than they have been. Interest rates don't scare me. I started selling cars in 2009 and 8 when interest rates were freaking crazy. So for some people it might be a lot, but I know that might come up, so I'm gonna bring that up early in the deal. So let me explain this to you. When I'm asking questions on the needs analysis, what I'll usually do, we have a sheet like this. It's simple. I'm gonna make sure I have all their information. I'm gonna get their name, I'm gonna get their address, and then I'm gonna just have a basic conversation with them, okay? I'll flip this over, and then I'll say, okay, give me a little bit of information. When you were looking at these tiny homes, what were some of the features on here that you have to have? Okay, give me your house, give them to me. Come on, dump them out. What did you want? Was it a certain kind of finish? Was it this? Okay, what did you see online? You said you saw it on TikTok. What was the one that you saw on TikTok? Okay, guys, your goal is to get nosy. Everybody say get nosy.
Get nosy.
Okay, sometimes the problem is in sales is we don't get nosy enough and we don't ask good questions. Now, I'm creating an alliance with the customer. I'm creating an alliance because I'm actually trying to figure out what, like all the reasons why they're here. It's like a puzzle that I'm trying to put together. So figure out a couple of the questions that, number one, first, good questions get people talking about themselves. Write that down. Good questions get people talking about themselves, not you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody gives a shit about you and your family. I know that sounds like shit, but it's the truth. People care about themselves and their families. So if you get caught down the rabbit hole of giving them all the information on you, you're making a huge mistake. They're gonna lose interest. Anybody ever seen that face where people lose interest? Yeah. Some of you guys got it right now. Just kidding. Okay, don't lose interest. Lean in with me. These are some of the skills that you're gonna need, right? Get them asking questions about themselves. Get them asking questions about the product. So some of my biggest questions that I was even asking him right when he walked in the door are, how'd you hear about us? What were some of the things that you saw online that you wanted to have? Is this gonna be an investment property? Is this gonna be a full-time property? What are some of the questions you guys like to ask? Rattle them off. That get people talking about themselves or the tiny home. Come on, give them to me. What do you do for a living?
How many kids they have?
How many kids do you have?
Yeah.
Okay, write some of those down. Some of you guys need to write some of these down. Okay, guys, you gotta get everything out of them. You gotta get what they do for a living. You gotta generally be able to think what they can afford. What kind of person do you have in front of you? Do you have a decision maker in front of you? Do you not have the decision maker in front of you? What's their lifestyle look like? What are their needs and their wants? Okay, I might ask them, hey, what do you absolutely not want on this home? Have you bought tiny homes before? Oh, you have? What were some of the things that you didn't like? And what's the reason why you're here and you're not buying from them again? Are those good questions? Yeah. You gotta get really good at your discovery. Some of you guys, are the millions that you're missing is in the discovery. It's a poor discovery. So, we did the meet and greet, then they come in, we do a badass needs analysis. Like our needs analysis, we got everything out of them. Okay, we got the needs analysis. Now, when you move to your demo, what are you talking about during the demo?
Features.
Okay, who else?
I just listen to the wife mainly.
The wife? Good. Okay. I'll teach you about something on that too. Okay, who else? Okay, these are really good. I had a salesperson that worked for us back in the car business, and this guy was like just an incredible guy. Like, he reminded me kind of Chris. Everybody loved him. Like, he just was like this big cuddly freaking teddy bear that people just liked to be around. Like, he was inspirational. Everybody liked to be around him. On the other side, this doesn't remind me of you, Chris, but on the other side, this guy was like a product knowledge freak. Like, he knew where the tires on the car came from. He knew how the oil and all this crazy shit, dude. Like, I don't even know how to do an oil change, but I know people. I do know the product enough that I can sell it, but he knew everything on that end, but he didn't really know people that well. Although people liked to be around him, it was like he never really mastered the art of closing because he was so caught up in the product selling itself. So he would always sell a quarter of what all the other guys would sell, but I thought he was the best salesperson out of all of them. We finally started explaining to him, dude, you gotta stop geeking out on the product and you gotta get used to the people, okay? A lot of people, what I've seen is, especially when you guys are producing stuff, they'll walk people through the back, they'll show them, they'll talk about all the stuff. People don't care about that stuff. If you overly geek out on the product, all you're gonna do is usually confuse people. So how you're selling during the demo is you're doing a full features, advantage, benefit. You're talking to them about the stuff that is on your paper, okay? You're walking with your paper and you're like, and Austin does this naturally, and some of you guys that have been selling do this naturally, where you're like, hey, Mr. Customer, remember how you told me you wanted this feature? Remember how you told me you wanted this type of sync? Remember how you told me you wanted this? Okay, this would be the advantage of having that. This would be the benefit to having that. And then you show it to them, and you're demonstrating the ones that they want. I remember when I first bought like my first expensive car. I bought this Mercedes-Benz, it was like my dream car. And my numbers dipped the next month. And I was telling my boss, I'm like, I don't know why my numbers dipped. And he goes, bro, you're selling Nissans and you drive a Mercedes-Benz. He goes, I'm gonna explain something to you. You're so hyped up on the Mercedes shit that you can't even sell a $10,000 Versa because you don't get excited about it because you're driving a $150,000 car. He told me, he goes, you gotta get excited about what the customer's excited about. Okay, I had to realize that $10,000 car was a Bentley for somebody. I would have people that would come in and cry because they got a freaking badass $10,000 car. But meanwhile, I'm caught up on the leather and the Bluetooth and the Apple CarPlay and all the shit that they don't even care about. Anybody ever started presenting stuff and then you've gone through the whole presentation and you're like, dude, that was terrible. They didn't care about any of that shit. You guys ever been there? Yeah. You overly geek out on something in the home and they don't even care about it, right? Okay, so everybody, I want you to write this down. Tailor your presentation to the things that are important to the client, not to you. The whole presentation has to be tailored to the client, not to you, okay? Now, once you've done the most killer presentation, does anybody know what a trial close is? With humans, you give them the exact path and they'll follow you right down it. I used to have this trial close, I'd say, if the numbers work today, you'd be interested in taking home the product, right? And then somebody corrected me that I looked up to. And they said, it's not if, it's when. Hey, when the numbers work, right? When the numbers work, you'd be interested in taking this home. See my body language, Briar?
Yes, sir.
Morgan, you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, it's all science. People are science. This is how it works. Say it again.
Okay, one more. Okay.
Say it again.
Assuming we can fulfill your desires today, this is something we can do today, right?
Slow that part down. Slow that. This is something. Slow it so they know what you're trying to get across.
Assuming we can fulfill your desires today, this is something we can do today, right?
Yeah. Pop that part.
Okay.
Say, like, this is something you'd want to, this is something that you do today, right?
Okay. Assuming we can fulfill your desires today, this is something we can do.
No. You're going too fast at the end. Okay. You're saying it right, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
How you say it.
Okay, this is something, like, you see my tonality?
Yeah.
Okay, you're very technical and you're very skilled, I can tell. And I can tell Lincoln did a really good job with you. But you need to pop that word. Pop that, you need to emphasize. This. So they know that they know that you mean business.
Okay.
Okay, they know that it's going down. It's going down tonight. Me and you, we're getting together. Okay? Okay?
Yes,
Say it again.
Assuming we can fulfill your desires today, this is something we can do today, right?
Yeah, say it again.
Assuming we can fulfill your desires, this is something we can do today, right?
Yeah, say it again.
Assuming we can fulfill your desires, this is something we can do today.
That was the one. Did you guys feel that one?
Yes, sir.
Was that different?
Yeah.
Do it one more time.
Assuming we can fulfill your desires, this is something we can do today, right?
Yeah. Say it. Say the this like it's like with like a little bit more like this. This is something that we can do today, right?
Yes. I mean, Evan, assuming we can fulfill your desires, this is something we can do today, right?
A little bit more laughy, like a little bit more like charisma on it.
Okay.
It's that part.
Evan, assuming we can fulfill your desires, this is something we can do today, right?
Too serious.
Yeah.
Too serious. Like this is something that we can do today, right? Say it like that.
Okay. Assuming we can fulfill your desires, this is something we can do today, right?
Yes, I like that. Okay, that's a trial close. That's a trial close.
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe you record him real quick, guys. Maybe you all record him today. Record him. That trial close that he used is perfect when you're walking out of the home, when you're walking and you're getting ready to go do numbers. You can't do numbers unless you've trial closed them. Everybody repeat after me. You can't do numbers unless you've trial closed them. Okay, the reason why you want to get the trial closed is because you need to know if there's a problem in the deal. The problem, what happens is some people will leave here and you'll never figure out what the true objection was. You never isolated it because you never asked them like if this was a deal. Okay, so pretend like we just did the whole process and I'm like, and I do a really good demonstration and then I'm walking out of the house and then I would say this.
Evan, assuming we can fulfill your desires, this is something we can do today, right?
Yes, okay, and then you put your hand out. You put your hand out to secure the deal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do it again. Stand up, stand up.
All right, Evan, assuming we can fulfill your desires, this is something we can do today, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
Follow me inside and don't talk. Follow me inside. And like I'm taking a step back towards the door. Like, hey, assuming that we can do this today, this is something that you'd be interested in doing today, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Cool. Follow me inside. Okay, and then boom. By the way, if they say yes to that, shouldn't like the bells and like jackpots be going off in your head? Like ding, 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 we got a deal. Like you should be walking inside like, ooh. Like, dude, listen. When you, Austin, throw me your hat. 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 Okay, when you're out there, the work is done on your feet and the money is made on your seat. Everybody say, the work is done on your feet.
The work is done on your feet.
The money is made in your seat.
The money is made in your seat.
You never talk numbers on the lot. The numbers only get talked about right here. Everybody got me?
Yes, sir.
Who's ever made the mistake of giving numbers out on the lot and then they jump in their car and they leave?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying here? You see how I'm trying to eliminate all your guys' bullshit? And the reason why I know this is because I've done it. I've done it. Okay, this is your closer hat. This is the lot. I got my cool closer hat on. I'm fired up, dude. I'm rapport. I'm building rapport. I'm having fun. They freaking love me. The second I walk back through this door, my closer cap comes on. And now, like, I mean business. Like now I'm getting down to it. I'm direct. I'm good with their time. They see me operating. My team, meaning you guys, most of you have came up and said, hey, welcome. Hey, nice to see you. Good, he's the best, man. You're in good hands. 10-foot rule. You guys remember the 10-foot rule? Have we been doing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if I walk up and Keegan says hi to me as I'm walking through the door and 2 or 3 of you guys say hi to me, do you think that pissed off person who might have started with, maybe they're not mad, maybe they just have their guard up because we're salespeople and everybody knows what everybody thinks about salespeople, right? But if 2 or 3 of you guys show this person love, I'm not saying have a full conversation with this person where you unwind his deal because you say something stupid. I'm saying walk up, hey, welcome to Saddlebrook, man. Hey, good to see you, man. Hey, you got a good smile. Hey, cool. Hey, welcome to Saddlebrook. Just wanted to come by and say hi. Good, he's the best. Good, have a good one. Okay, hey, welcome to Saddlebrook. Hey, good. Hey, good to see you, man. Hey, nice. Okay, guys, that's it. That's it. I just think about that like, why am I so lucky that I get to do this, but somebody else across the world does it? But then we walk into here and we don't give it all we got. Isn't that stupid? Okay, so let's make it a mission to give it all we got. Okay, now, the close. Okay, the close. Listen, there's the close, like the sharp-ass word tracks, the close, the slick mouth sales guys, and then there's understanding that you're the closer. Say, I'm the closer. I'm the closer. Okay, so there's the close, and then there's the closer. Okay? The closer understands all of this is the close. The guy who just is transactional, and isn't doing anything I said, isn't becoming more interesting, isn't working on all these things, isn't fired up, isn't practicing this stuff. If you can't do this and you're just relying on like the close, like some slick word track or something, dude, you cannot be the top 1% in this business. You have to have this belief that you have the best life ever. You have to. And then you have to be able to transfer it to other people. And then you have to be able to do it. So when you become this person, you're dangerous. Here's another way how you do it. Everybody write this word down. Moral authority. Moral authority. Here's what moral authority is. It's doing what you say you're gonna do. It's operating as the person that you said you wanted to become. When you say you work out, you work out. When Andy Elliott walks in a room, you know how he closes deals? Andy has, I think, a couple of his most powerful ways that I've seen him close millions of dollars in deals. Like, this dude is unreal. Is his belief and his conviction he will outbelieve the person more. He will break their belief with his own internal security and his own internal belief. You have to be so secure with who you are and who you're becoming that if somebody sits across from you, that you can push your belief into them to the point where you can break their belief, because they're either breaking your belief or you're breaking their belief. They're either selling you or you're selling them. Does that make sense? They're either like, I don't buy on the first stop, and you're like, oh, shit, I got another one. He don't buy on the first stop, Colton. I'm getting all those this week. It's like, he just broke you, bro. I'm like, dude, of course you don't buy on the, come here, Colton, come around here. Of course you don't buy on the first stop, man. This is a big investment. Come here, buddy. Listen, follow me, bro. Come here, get your ass over here. Come here. What's the biggest thing that you want to, what's the biggest thing that you're looking for in this new tiny home? There's no fat there, trust me. What are you looking for? What's the biggest thing that you're looking for, huh? Come on, tell me. What's the biggest, like, what's the, I know you saw it on TikTok, you're super excited to come down here. Yeah, dude, totally cool. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a shed, home?
I don't really even know, I'm just looking.
No worries.
Thought they were cool.
Cool. Well, if you're cool with it, I'll just show you around, and if you find something, I'll just answer your questions. Where are you from? Like, are you from the area?
Yeah, I'm close.
Where?
Just like 30 minutes down the road.
Oh yeah, nice, man. What were you, did you drive all the way out here specifically to come
I
here?
have a friend here, I had some work.
Oh, nice, man. Good, you got good friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you're a good person.
Yeah.
Look at that smile on your face, dude. You got a good smile. Oh, he's trying not to smile. So Colton, I'm going to show you a couple of different things, and if something catches your eye, just point it out and tell me. Have you ever?
I'm just looking, like I said.
Yeah.
I got like 5 minutes, so I need to run anyway.
Dude, no big deal at all. My goal is just to give you any of the information you want. And by the way, you don't have to worry about it. I don't even want to sell you anything today. Can we make an agreement? I can't sell you anything today.
Perfect.
Are you sure? You can't put pressure on me. Please don't pressure me, because I got to be able to just make sure that we don't sell anything.
Run as well, so.
Okay. All right. So Colton, can I ask you this real quick? If you were to purchase one, say in the future, say in 2 or 3 years from now, what would it be? What would it have on it? Any of those things?
Like I said, I'm just looking. I don't even know what I want.
Okay, cool. Come on. Let's take a look. Here, come on. Follow me. Cool. All right, Colton. You see this?
Yeah.
You like these walls?
I love it.
Okay, you see these drawers? You like these drawers?
No.
Nice finish, huh? Come on, here, put your hand on it. Here, put your hands on it. Nice granite. You feel that granite? Nice smooth marble from Italy. Feel that?
wood, though.
No, pretend it's granite. Come on, Colton. Feel it. You feel that?
Feels like
Good. Here, look at the way these doors open. They're so smooth. Here, close them. Here, open it. Try it. I'm really proud of those. Ooh, you like that, don't you? You like that. Here, look, check out this little bathroom. Come here. Here. Look, check out this. You see this toilet? These things are perfect. Here.
Looks small.
I know, but here, have a seat real quick. Look. Ooh, imagine yourself. Dude, you bought the house. It's right by the lake. Out that window right there. Out that window, you're looking at the lake. You're taking a dump. Isn't that nice? Sick, huh? Okay, come on, follow me. Come on, Cole. Okay. All right.
And like I said, I got to run.
Yeah, I know. Dude, listen, I'm just dragging them along. It might be 20 minutes we do that. 30 minutes. Who knows? I might crack him at one point. You know, Colton's trying to be the dick customer too. I get it. All right, guys, you're the true 1%ers. You made it to the end of the video. Let's go. Like, comment so we know who you are down below, and then share this video to somebody else who needs it. And also turn your notifications on, because we got the fire coming every single day. Amazing. We'll see you at the next video. Let's go.